suddenly it's there. The desire of eating that chocolate bar that makes your mouth water, drinking that cold sugar-loaded drink that you love, or overindulging in a deliciously looking piece of cake or some pizza. You feel like you can't resist and you have to have it now. I get it. I can't even tell how many times I felt that way. And truth will be told, it still happens, although less frequently than before. In this video, I'm sharing some easy tips that have personally helped me to start eating less junk foods, and that I hope will be beneficial for you too. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna try any of these suggestions. Tip number 1. Stay hydrated. Cravings for junk food and hunger in general can often be just dehydration in disguise. Don't believe me? Try drinking water next time you start feeling hungry. To avoid the desire of junk food, it's best to stay hydrated throughout the day. I like to keep a water bottle on hand for easy sipping. I know that I'm lucky for just loving the taste of plain room temperature water, but if that's not the case for you, try add some natural flavors. You can squeeze in some lemon or lime, or you can try adding berries like strawberries or raspberries, or even herbs. Thyme and rosemary would be a good choice. You can mix and match flavors to find your favorite taste. I'm sorry to bring this up, but coffee, alcohol, and any sweetened beverages don't do a good job at keeping us hydrated. Tip number 2. Avoid glucose spikes. When we consume foods that contain added sugar or certain types of carbs, our blood sugar levels rapidly increase. To counteract this, our body releases insulin to regulate the excess sugar and return our blood sugar to normal levels. However, if this process occurs too quickly, it can lead to hunger and cravings. To prevent sharp spikes in blood sugar, it's important to maintain stable levels. This can be achieved by consuming well-balanced meals that include fiber, protein, and healthy fats. New studies are allowing us to discover methods to prevent blood sugar spikes. Jessie Inchospierre, also known as Glucose Goddess on Instagram, has published a book containing valuable recommendations, including drinking a glass of water with vinegar before meals, beginning meals with salads, consuming sweets only after meals, putting clothes on your carbs, meaning adding protein, fiber, and healthy fats to each meal containing carbs, engaging in physical activity after eating, such as taking a walk. By using a continuous glucose monitor, each one of us can conduct personal experiments and track our data. This device is commonly used by diabetics to track the blood glucose levels. But thanks to new technology, anyone can obtain one now. Personally, I have used this device for some time and conducted experiments to gain a deeper understanding of how food affects my body. If you're interested in trying it yourself, I have included a link below for the device I have used. By using the link, you will get a 20% off on your order. Tip number 3. Don't keep junk food at home. If you're like me, knowing that there is junk food in the house can make it hard to resist the temptation to eat it. Even if you're not this extreme, it's still a good idea to keep the junk food out of sight and store somewhere that's not easily accessible. Let's face it, when there is a jar full of cookies on the counter, it's more likely that we will reach for one than if the jar were hidden away. Tip number 4. Don't trigger your senses. It might come as a surprise, but both our senses for smell and sight can trigger cravings. For instance, think of a cookie-scented candle or a cake-scented body wash or lotion. The mere mention of such items is already making me salivate. Our sense of sight can be triggered by a pillow shaped like a cupcake or a giant inflatable shaped like a pizza slice. Also, being constantly exposed to tempting photos and videos of delicious food on social media can be enough to make us crave it. When we see or smell junk foods, our brain prepares our body for its ingestion, which is how cravings can develop. Tip number 5. Eat filling meals with ingredients you love. If our meals are filling enough, we can avoid the temptation of snacking on junk food between meals to satisfy our cravings. To achieve this, meals should contain a balance of fiber-rich ingredients, protein, and fats. Most importantly, we should love the food we eat. If we eat something solely because we think it's good for us, but don't actually enjoy its taste, it's likely that we will crave comfort food afterwards. This could be because we want to satisfy our cravings for something that we actually like, or because we feel that we need a reward for eating the healthy foods we don't actually enjoy. This brings us to the next point. Tip number 6. Think of the cause. Consider if there is a cause that triggers your desire to eat junk food and try to address it. From personal experience, I have identified common causes that lead to cravings. Share in the comments if you can relate with any of this. Stress. When I have too many obligations to fulfill and feel overwhelmed, I often find myself wanting to shut off my mind and watch something light-hearted on Netflix while indulging in some junk food. Compensation. If I put in a lot of time and energy into a project, I believe that I deserve to be fairly compensated for my efforts. Rewards. If I have done something good such as eating healthy foods I don't enjoy, or completing a home project like building a new piece of furniture for example, I believe I deserve a reward for a job well done. Celebration. Celebrating with foods is a common tradition in our culture, for occasions such as birthdays, anniversaries, and reaching significant milestones. Emotional turmoil. When experiencing emotional turmoil, such as issues with partners, friends, or family members, seeking comfort from foods can be a coping mechanism. I used to practice this after difficult therapy sessions. One of the most common and easiest causes to address though is the accessibility of junk food compared to healthier options. This leads us to the next tip. Tip number 7. Find healthier alternatives. Junk food is a type of engineered food that is created to appeal to all our senses, including its shape, texture, and temperature. For some, the appeal might be the crunchiness, while others may prefer a chewy texture or the sensation of a cold liquid going down the throat. To find healthy alternatives, we can identify which sense is most triggered by the junk foods we love, and seek out ingredients we enjoy that provide a similar experience. I like the crunchiness of chips, and have found roasted almonds to be a good healthy alternative. I also love chocolate in general, and my healthy alternative is 85% dark chocolate that I let melt slowly in my mouth. I have shared several recipes on my blog that might help you find some inspiration, so I've included the link in the description below. Tip number 8. Sleep well and enough. Personally, sleep has a significant impact on my food choices. When I don't get enough quality sleep, such as when traveling, I find it easier to succumb to unhealthy options. Considering the vast scientific evidence supporting the importance of sleep for our bodies, shouldn't it be a priority anyway? Tip number 9. Stay active. When I exercise or stay active, I have less desire for junk food. Although I haven't investigated about the scientific reason behind, I like to think it's because my body needs to replenish energy and recognizes that junk food wouldn't do. I'm not sure if this would be the case for everyone else, but since a little activity can be all beneficial, it's definitely worth giving a try, isn't it? Tip number 10. Intermittent fasting. Reducing my eating window was the strategy that helped me the most. It made it easier to feel full after main meals and avoid snacking in between. However, it's important to note that intermittent fasting is not suitable for everyone. In this video here, I have discussed the reasons why some people shouldn't do it.